What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So, I only cover news here every now and then. I'm staying really busy with testing cloud PCs, doing comparison videos, gameplay videos, cloud PC console, all that kind of stuff. My list never ends. But if something really of note happens, I try to throw it up here on the channel for you. And we definitely have a pretty big one today. Google Stadia shutting down internal game studios. Despite the hype, Stadia failed to compete for first-party fame. Now, I'm going to offer my opinions on this. We'll talk about it a little bit. This by no means means that Stadia is dead. Please be careful with the headlines that are out there already talking about how this is just gone, it's dead. I've even seen articles already saying you're not going to be able to play your games. None of this is true right now. We've only got an initial statement from Stadia. I want to just go over this article from IGN really quickly with you and just kind of offer my opinions on it, and you guys can definitely do the same in those comments down below. So Google Stadia is shutting down their first-party studios. The tech giant's video game streaming platform, which launched in 2019, is shutting those studios down and offering its tech platform to third-party publishers, as the company announced on Monday. As first reported by Kotaku, Google will close its two Stadia games and entertainment studios located in Los Angeles and Montreal. The closure will impact approximately 150 employees, one source told Kotaku, and Google does plan on trying to find places in the company for those who are impacted. With the recent successful launch of Cyberpunk 2077 on Stadia, gameplay on all types of devices, including iOS, growing our slate of YouTube integrations and our global expansions, it's clear that Stadia's technology has been proven and works at scale. Google's vice president of Stadia and GM Phil Harrison said in a statement, "Having games streamed to any screen is the future of this industry, and we'll continue to invest in Stadia and its underlying platform to provide the best cloud gaming experience for our partners and the gaming community. This has been the vision of Stadia since the beginning." I don't think it's been their vision not to have first-party studios in games, because pretty much every gamer agrees no platform survives without exclusives, but we're going to talk about that more here in just a little bit. Jade Raymond, the noted producer who helped bring Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise to life, is also departing from her role as head of game development at Google. What does this mean for Stadia subscribers? Google states that players can still access their games on Stadia or the $10 a month Stadia Pro, and that third-party games will continue to release on the service. It's unclear how many third-party games Google has plans on hosting on Stadia. We did know they had announced before they wanted like 400 by the end of the year or something like that. A key pillar of Google's new strategy is offering up Stadia's game streaming technology to other interested companies. Google's head of Stadia operations, Phil Harrison, will lead that initiative. So that has hints of like the Microsoft Azure cloud, right? Where not just offering it to third-party game companies that want to bring games to Stadia, but maybe offering the streaming tech to other cloud companies that want to be able to stream games or have them host. It could be very interesting. They might see more profitability in that than they do being the standalone console in the cloud platform that they are now. Google Stadia launched with some serious hype, but a rocky start plagued by technical issues and a thin library of games proved to be the service's downfall. Ironically, Cyberpunk 2077's Stadia version proved to be one of the more reliable platforms to play the notoriously buggy open-world RPG on, and that's true. I'm going to touch on Cyberpunk again here in just a minute. Google also undercut its own Stadia Pro subscription plan by eventually offering a free version of the service in April 2020. Though Google gradually chipped away at its list of missing features and conveniences, its distinct lack of first-party games proved to remain a concern. In IGN's own review, they saw absolutely no reason to subscribe to Stadia Pro while the free service remained equally viable, unless you wanted 4K HDR and that kind of thing. That's really mostly what you paid for. The free games, honestly, are not that great, but you're mostly paying for that above 1080p and HDR. Stadia also saw stiff competition from Microsoft's xCloud service, and Microsoft's xCloud is going to be probably one of the top cloud gaming services very, very soon, or at least this year, which similarly streamed a wide variety of games to almost any device provided the internet connection was strong enough. A common concern among Stadia skeptics was whether or not Google would invest long enough in the service for it to realize its potential, a fear that seems justified now. Despite Google's seemingly immense influence on the world of technology, the company appeared to lack the resources or ship any major game. One source familiar with Stadia's first-party work told Kotaku, Google was a terrible place to make games. Imagine Amazon, but under-resourced. Who knows about the viability of that? But that is the IGN article. Now, the impact here is going to take a while to be felt. A lot of people may not care. Stadia hasn't had an exclusive game, really. There's a couple, but they haven't had a big hitter. They haven't had their Mario, their Sonic, their Master Chief, God of War. They haven't had their moment, their exclusive, that game that you just have to play, and the only place to play it is there. You look at Xbox, which has arguably become one of the best places with the Series X to play third-party titles, but they're still pumping out first-party titles, and I'm telling you, Microsoft has some amazing things in the works with all of these purchases and Bethesda and everything else. You're going to see this quality of content, and you're going to see these first-party titles, and that's what every gamer always hypes on. PlayStation 5 sitting here next to me. Everyone knows you buy a PlayStation 5 to play those exclusives. We've got Crash, it used to be Crash Bandicoot back when PlayStation 1 launched. A lot of people I knew bought PlayStation to play that. They're buying PlayStation 5s to play Spider-Man Miles Morales, to play the future Gran Turismo, Ratchet & Clank, all those games that are coming. Stadia never had the exclusivity and the first-party titles. And I've been saying since launch that this was going to be an issue. A lot of people need that extra reason to come to the platform. There's so many places to game, and I realize this is in the cloud. It goes to all your devices, but guess what? The PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X also stream all their games to all your devices, and soon will do that in the cloud very well. GeForce Now, while not a platform, more of a service, doesn't need exclusives. It offers access to your PC library, so they're kind of in their own niche. Amazon Luna's doing their own thing with channels and games being brought there. It's all kind of totally different. Stadia was the only one trying to be a true, full-blown, closed ecosystem console experience in the cloud, and their tech is there. Stadia's tech is amazing for streaming. I love the experience. When you just click on a game, it works. Picture's nice. It works on your 4K TV, your monitor, your phone. Stadia's got the tech, and I could see why they would possibly want to look into making money on renting that tech out to other companies maybe that want to have cloud services available. Cyberpunk 2077 is an argument that can be made that Stadia can be sustainable for third party, because Cyberpunk 2077 had so many issues at launch, but if you had access to GeForce Now or Stadia, those were arguably the two best places to play Cyberpunk 2077, and it's not an exclusive title. So Stadia was definitely a great place for that game. So that game does give argument that Stadia can survive without first-party titles. But will it? And how many Cyberpunks will there be? The amount of attention cloud gaming got when that game came out was massive. The attention on my channel and others were massive when Cyberpunk 2077 came out. And we likely won't see another game impact cloud or our channels or anything like that anytime soon. It was huge. So for me, this is big news. It's bad news because I believe any gaming platform, not just a service, has to have first-party and exclusive titles to survive in the long run. That's my opinion as an old-school gamer. It's the opinion of a lot of gamers. It's why we still have a PlayStation 5 hardware piece and an Xbox hardware piece and a Switch, a Nintendo hardware piece. We want to go play those first-party titles, and we do it the best way we can. Luckily with Microsoft, they're also PC, so you can play their exclusives on PC as well, but it's still a Microsoft Xbox exclusive. So that is the news right now on Google Stadia. A little bit long-winded. I wanted to go off script. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about this and what I'm thinking about this news, and just interested to see what this is going to mean for Stadia going forward. Please, guys, don't hesitate to hit up those comments below and let me know what you think about Google Stadia shutting down its internal game studios and walking away from any first-party or exclusive titles. Not that they couldn't purchase exclusives from companies in the future, but Microsoft was doing that for a while and it didn't work out very well for them, and I think that's why they're buying studios to create exclusives rather than just purchasing exclusivity rights. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out this video. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, think about subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop new videos. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me that comment. And as always, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.